This is the Settlers, new allies. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So what are we getting here? It's a 4K resolution, 60 FPS, and it's a bit of a bizarre reimagining take on, well, the Settlers. It's really kind of like bare bones and very, very disappointing from the perspective of like what I was like. I've always been really excited to kind of see this franchise like become, available via console, and like it's so weird. So it's like it's a city building RTS game. So first off, like you can play online up to like 8 players, co-op on like up to 4 players. But it's like there's no what is the best way to really describe this? It's so bizarre because there's no like local type games. So like if you want to play like locally, there's only 1v1, which is what we're playing right now. And it's so bizarre that this is like the sort of style for this one, because it's like also the AI doesn't really seem to do a whole lot, if that makes sense, when you are kind of doing it. It's very strange. Okay, so yeah, you're doing real-time strategy. You're like building, like cities. You're creating structures. You're managing troops. You're building things. But it's like it's really, really bizarre, the concept that they went with for this particular entry. I really don't understand, because like it looks really nice. Like visually, I think this game looks, rather lovely. And it's got a great art aesthetic to it. And, it's vibrant and visually cool, but it seems like it's really lacking the fundamentals. Like there's a campaign you can do, and then there's, multiplayer competitive, and then there's multiplayer against the AI. But if there's not players, and like you're basically stuck just playing 1v1s, and like I said, the competition doesn't really seem to do anything. It's really one of the more puzzling experiences I've seen, because it's like this is really cool as a concept, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh wow, the Settlers, it's kind of a decently well-known franchise. They're reimagining it. Cool. It's nice to see it on console. Awesome. We're getting all kinds of games like this these days. That's great. And then we get like this genuinely bare bones disappointing experience that I'm just like, well, what is this? Like I finally found some time to sit here and play this, and I'm like so genuinely disappointed by it. It's hard to it's really hard to put it into like correct words, but like I don't really see the point in this. So it's like basically, I guess if there's not enough players, you're kind of just playing campaign, and it's, unless you want to do 1v1, but as I said, it's not like, they're not really gonna be doing a whole lot against you if you've, kind of are not familiar with like the game, and that it's like your AI is not going to be doing a whole lot, and it's just kind of like, what gives on this? Because it's like the concept of this is really cool, and I don't know. I really don't know. But let's show it off here. So you're building, the different like city structuring things. I mean, we don't need to build this because, like I said, I don't think we're gonna get attacked, but I'll show it off. And it's just like, it's really, really quite bizarre, because usually you have this really intriguing kind of concept where it's like very easy to snap build. You create stuff, you gather resources, you've got wood collection stuff going on, and you're managing all these different troops doing all of these different things. Like, to me, that's, you know, really quite interesting. Are we just not getting a very good amount of, like, wood production kind of going on here? What is happening? How many people are idling? Okay, it seems like most people are going stuff. The donkeys aren't doing anything. But yeah, it was kind of like, oh, this is such a neat kind of franchise. And then it's just like, it doesn't seem to really, like, visually it looks good. It's got neat mechanics. But, like, you're not really, doing much. Like, there's not much to do within the game. And it's bizarre to me, because I'm like, oh, okay. You know, a little disappointing. Not enough resources. And you can, like, automate a lot of stuff, too, which is kind of neat. But, yeah, it's RTS. So you're building, you're creating, you're managing, you're scavenging stuff. And you're building up an empire.
Standing by.
And it just kind of seems like they forgot about making modes that you, like, do stuff in. Like, it's literally just multiplayer focused. And there's also like a microtransaction store as well, and I don't quite understand why that is in this either. I'm really just genuinely perplexed by some of the
enemy in sight.
The gameplay choices within this one, and in terms of what they're kind of like going for. It's really it's weird to me, honestly, because I was just like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm like, this is such a cool franchise. I know I've said that a few times, but like, and then I'm like, what is this? What is the meaning of this? And I was even playing, like, I was sitting there doing like the opening tutorial thing, taking a look at stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I'm like, I love the art style, love what they got going on here. It's got some neat, like, combat stuff, and you know, I like the strategy concept of it. I mean, there's not much strategy sending in my archers to die like that, but you know what I mean? I like the vibe of what they got going for on this one.
I love our new homes.
And then it's just like, what is happening? Trains carriers with weapons to become a soldier. Yeah.
These goods are well crafted.
And then it's like, what do you really do in this? The Order of the Bastion. You could build some really cool stuff. Decoys to taunt enemy soldiers? Okay, that's actually kind of funny. So yeah, they've got all the cool building mechanics, and they've got all this, like, you know, cool creations. It's just like, unless you want to play PvP or do like the little campaign thing, it's kind of like, you know, you're not, all it needed was like really just a quick play option that's more than just 1v1. Like, it's so insanely odd. What are you guys doing? Oh, just a bunch of engineers just chilling around. Wait, the toolmaker's here? I thought I built like a fishing shack, did I not? Oh, there it is. Why do I have two toolmakers? Like, I guess we're gonna have lots of tool making production going on. Well, that was stupid of me. Sure, people are being like, what are you doing out here? Well, I'm not paying attention at all. So yeah, you're kind of expanding your empire, and you gotta build up, and you gotta gather resources, and you gotta manage your troops. And you select, you know, your idling things, and you can set everybody to go and do things. But it also seems like this is also, like, online integrated, which I'm very confused about. Because, like, when I first went to play 2, it was like, you can't access it because the Ubisoft servers are offline. I was like, what? It's like, this doesn't make any sense. So I genuinely am a bit weirded out by the overall concept here, because I'm like, what are they, you know, what are they doing with this? Why are we taking so long to get wood going on here? We need faster production. Well, the score's going way better than mine is. And yes, there is lots of, like, deep strategy to this one in terms of, like, building stuff, but, like, unless you love a PvP angle, you're not really gonna have a lot to do. I think I have kind of messed up the whole rotation, and I think I need more tree cutting going on here, but I can't do more tree cutting because I don't have enough wood. Because I've literally set everything forth to go and build all this stuff. Like, these things are working production here.
I wonder if we'll ever find our
I'm sure everything will group up again soon, but yeah, it's neat because I love this genre of game. Like I like real-time strategy games, especially city building games. You know, if you've seen other content I've done, I really love that idea. And I thought this was going to be like a new kind of interesting little niche within that, but I finally got around to this, and I'm just kind of like, you know, what's going on with this one? Interrupted. Oh no, do we not have enough materials? But yeah, look at this. They've like got such a cool little detailed world, all these little characters running around. Except for these guys, they have nothing to do. I deeply regret not setting up more logging cabins. Or logging camps, sorry. Because we just kind of wait for them to build stuff. Bring the logs in! We need lumber!
It's not that complicated.
Look at these guys building all slowly.
I'll head home soon. My family is waiting
Boosted? We don't have anything to boost. There's one thing I know. I need more logging camps. I love seeing them all like scurry around too, and it runs so well on the console. I'm just like, but it's just, there's not a whole lot going on here. This was a really bad kind of concept that I was going for. It's kind of waiting for us to get the lumber we need. Like, I've got the fish in there. You guys need to build. Why are they not... cutting stuff. I feel like my layout is just so sad. I like the look of it, though. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Okay, yeah, they're getting the lumber going. Is it because these, like, tool sheds are all eating it all? To make stuff. I doth not like that at all. Let's restart. Yeah. And it all loads really fast, too, which is great.
Welcome to Widow's Peak.
Yeah. At least you get to see a different setup. Team
3,
Orange.
2, 1, start.
Okay. New perspective, which is awesome. We are going for logging camps. Which actually probably set it up so that you are able to go that way. That way these roads are designed in a way that makes building sense. There we go, and obviously we need the sawmill right nearby.
Let me through.
Perfect, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And obviously we gotta get stone going immediately. Work a little bit less on this and more about actually getting everything built up. Fisherman's hut. We should probably get the farm going. Because it's like, I want the resources, but I also don't want to waste stuff. Training grounds. Yeah, we should probably have a training grounds. God, that looks so cool. You see what I mean? It's like, man, I'm really liking the way this game is kind of going, and it's like... I know. And you get all these engineers doing stuff, and then you can do the process of your goods. Create your unit groups. Like, it's all, like, so snappy and well done, and then it's just, like, it really lacks that good quick skirmish mode that just makes it so much more playable. Let's keep the building going on here. This is exactly the type of game I kind of want to on the platform, so it's just like... extra disappointing to me, as odd as that sounds. Because, like, this is exactly the type of thing that was usually, like, off limits for consoles, and then, like, now we're finally getting these games, and it's just releasing us this weird bare-bones take on the franchise. How is the lumber production going? I almost feel like we don't even have enough log cabins. Or logging camps, sorry. Because you even have things like, you know, trees where they regrow. You know, like a regrowing forest is really essential. Then you do all the farming bits, and it's like, you're supposed to build up an army. Kinda don't know if I want to be wasting all my stuff so fast. Because everything's got like a set thing, right? Like you build stuff, move stuff, and then you continue to build your production and whatnot. And you can see your stock, your warehouse, and all the items you have going on. Got all these archers idling around. We build like another ridiculous warehouse. I love how the warehouses kind of like connect oddly over top of things. Where's the road at? Oh, it's right there. See how it's like connected, and then you get more like villager people to do tasks and activities, and then you're collecting more resources. You get all these log camps going. So we've got the fishing stuff going on. People are fishing. Like we're not farming enough. I try to build stuff tightly together too, so that you're not like wasting space. And we're lacking wood. Okay, where do we want to build you? There we go. That fits nicely. I've almost got too many engineers, actually, for the different tasks I have at hand. Oh, the donkeys. See, yeah, I genuinely love these types of games. And this one to me just like the campaign itself is like, okay, that's fine, you know, it's nice to have those options. But I just like, I love a good quick skirmish kind of mode where you're able to set up like, you know, matches with different maps and different scenarios and different battles, and it's just kind of like, I think this one just kind of missed the mark on what it was going for. Like as an like a real-time strategy game, city builder, I really don't get why it's kind of missing that key kind of thing. Do we have any berries? I don't think we have berries around here. So we got lots of stone going on. Which means we need to have something that takes the stone. Uses something more interesting. Iron mines, furnaces. Uses gold, yep. Do we have a tool maker? Or did I just not bother building one? Sounds like a me kind of issue. And now we're out of items and have to wait till we get more production going. Reduces lumber from logs. Anyways, that's kind of like the Settlers. It's neatly kind of designed and aesthetic, and it's just kind of like I was hoping for a little bit more from this series, so I'm a bit disappointed by what the package was for this particular one. That is for sure.